Hello and welcome back to Walford on Tap, the show where we talk about today's EastEnders. Today's EastEnders being the 4th of September 2024, the Wednesday episode on the court case week, where we have seen Dean's trial to see whether they decide he is guilty for Keanu's murder. Didn't go without a couple of hitches. It did continue to do twists and turns, and this is Wolf on Taps. We talk about the most scandalous, we talk about the most important topic, and that topic being Linda confessing to Keanu, which I don't think was on any of our bucket lists at all. That was a fucking absolute spanner in the fucking wheel. What did you think of this, man?
By the way, yes, I'm on my phone, ladies and gentlemen. You can probably tell by the high-def camera. I don't know if I'm close to the microphone, but I'm there. I'm there at least.
It's fine.
It's so weird because I have my monitor open and I'm looking at Big Mo. So I'm looking at Big Mo and looking at there's a Big Lee, Big Lash. Big Lee's a fucking Tory. Not Tory, a reformist. Yeah, I've enjoyed this. I loved it in there, like, confessing, but we'll obviously talk about it. I loved I'll just run through Linda's entire arc of the episode. It starts off with Linda making tea for the 6 of them.
Yeah.
But for the 4 of them, sorry, the 4 of them.
Yeah, Sharon's in fucking jail.
Yeah. But she might get a cup of tea in jail, you never know, cheeky cup of tea. Squeeze the tea bag. And she basically makes a cup of tea. And they're all like, we could go down for this. Don't you fucking rise out, Linda.
They are all panicking like a motherfucker. Like, bro, I can't do it again. It's your fault. It's your fucking fault. It's like, guy. And then Suki's like, guys, we've worked so hard to be here. Stop being fucking idiots and prioritize your family.
Yeah. And so Linda obviously sends everyone out. It's like, yeah, I'll see you later, lads. And the only way I can describe this is, you know, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, original Spider-Man, with Norman Osborn, where he starts seeing himself in the mirror. Linda obviously starts seeing the alcohol talk to her, like, and I'm just like, I'm imagining fucking Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin being like, I know, am I? Just fucking just give that speed. But yes, she sees all the drink. She goes to drink. She puts her mouth over that bottle, and it doesn't work. She snaps out of it.
Yeah.
She collapses to the floor, and then who comes in to save her? I can be your hero, baby. It's Phil Mitchell. He comes in. He helps her.
His sponsor, or her sponsor, rather.
He slaps her silly. It doesn't really. I did laugh because there's a comedian I follow on Instagram where he obviously sometimes posts his reactions to EastEnders. So he obviously seen the bit where Linda's like trying to drink in the basement, and he's like, "Someone should kick her in the paws, kick her in the paws." And I'm like, "All right, calm down." But yeah, Phil comes in.
With Phil here, obviously you have Phil, who is, you know, he's a sober alcoholic and he fully understands how dangerous being an alcoholic is. I just kind of is like, yeah, look, all right, every alcoholic has to hit rock bottom. This is what it is. This is rock bottom. You don't want to start drinking. Now you have a choice. You stay sober and you raise your kids, or you drink yourself to death. So, but you know, she's back and forth like, I'm horrible. I'm a horrible person. I'm worse than Dean. I'm worse than him. I'm horrible. How do you deal with the grief? How do you deal with the guilt? And Phil just kind of goes, just got to live with it. Like, you know, what Linda wants is this fucking magic wand that's gonna fix all her problems, and Phil hits her with a... Yeah, sorry. I don't have the secret. I've struggled with this myself. I mean, it's like what fucking started Phil's drinking in the first place is in the early 90s, him and Frank agreed to talk to the car lot for an insurance job. But what they found out once the car lot had been set on fire is there was a homeless man sleeping in. So ultimately, Phil killed a man, which obviously is something he's never done and never really done himself. That's what set off his drinking. So you could even have the parallels there. So genuine, proper advice from Philip Mitchell.
Philip J. Mitchell.
I was going to say that, but
Philip J. Fry, maybe. But yeah, he basically slaps her silly. I love this. Because Phil is basically your dad, where your dad's like, oh, dad, struggling with life. What do I do? Then he's like, go on with it, bitch.
You've got to learn to swim like a bastard. Oh yeah, that's a key reference no one's going to understand. Watch Tell Me Everything on ITV8. Absolute banger of a show. Fantastic. Anyway.
So yeah, he slaps her silly. I'll quickly run through Dean's arc. Dean, right, how can I put this in words? Dean's confessed to rape.
Yeah.
But he's innocent in the murder.
Yes.
So he's literally dug himself even deeper.
And he's doing it like he's like, yeah, I've fucking nailed this. I've fucking nailed this one. I'm not getting tried for murder anymore. And then the solicitor's like, do you need a mental a psych evaluation? What the fuck's wrong with you, you idiot? Why the fuck would you confess to that? That's a 10-year-old case. 10-year-old case that you lied to the court about and have been lying ever since. Why would you confess to that, you fucking moron? And obviously he's getting lippy because he realizes he's fucking shit the bed royally. We just see this week may be the end of Dean for good. I don't ever see him coming back out, in my opinion.
I could see him being rolled out for an episode or two whenever they need to.
Yeah.
I loved it. He's just like, it's like me. It's like
I've fucking done it. I've fucking sorted it. You're an idiot. What do you mean?
Do you know that Simpsons fucking gag where what the fuck's he called? First he's psychic, Psycho Bob.
Yeah.
Where he starts standing on the fucking pitchforks, or like whatever they're called. He just like he stands on one. He's like, oh, it won't happen again. Stands on another one. Won't happen again. Stands on another one. That's what Dean reminds me of. Because Dean has confessed to rape. He hasn't confessed to the murder because he hasn't killed anyone. He's innocent in that crime.
But it is really good that Dean's quite like how it has been all along. Dean's biggest undoing is himself. He thinks he's smarter than you. He thinks he's better than you. In the end, he's just a fucking grotesque piece of shit. And he's going to go down for a proper crime this time.
And continuing on, he starts talking to Jade, where he's like, Jade, I'm not a murderer.
She didn't accept his call.
Yeah, voicemail. Dear Jade, alright, but you still ain't calling. I left my pager, cell phone at the bottom. So yeah, he basically leaves a voicemail. I was like, I'm not a murderer. I'm not. Please believe me, I'm not. He never says.
Someone shit my pants and it wasn't me. Who shit in my pants?
Oh. Who done that now? Who done that? Who fucking done that now, lad?
Anyway, keep going, keep fucking going.
Who done that? So yeah, he basically tells her, I'm not a murderer. He doesn't say I'm not a rapist. He has fully dug himself in there. He
basically says some people might say it's a rape conviction, don't believe it, not true. He's just gaslighting her. He's gaslighting her the whole way.
Yeah. And then Linda runs past, briskly walks past Dean.
I suppose also before this, after the fill, she kind of recovers. She goes and sees Annie and Ollie. She gives him a kiss on the head and she walks out, still in the pink outfit, very similar, if not. Was it the same one as Christmas or is it slightly different?
Slightly different, I want to say.
And they also play Amy Winehouse's like Back to Black, I believe, is the song. It feels like that song was in a trailer, in my opinion, but I don't remember. But I feel like it could have been.
I also don't know, if this counts as a reference, But when Suki and Eve were in the, or can you do like how Kathy says Suki? Just this one time.
Suki. I don't know. That's Eve.
No, I meant Kathy. Just Suki. Suki. Yeah, when they were in the
slightly different from what she wore at Christmas. She was wearing a dress at Christmas. Now
yeah, when they were in the gay nightclub, and basically the Albert, basically Dido's white flag was playing. So no one spotted that but me. I was just there jamming out. Yeah, White Flag's a brilliant song.
But yeah, just to wrap it back round, as this is supposed to be a short fucking thing. We're at the 10-minute mark already. Linda kisses Ollie and Annie on the head. Goodbye. Elaine's also like, look, let's have the first day of your new life. It's over. Proud of you. Good job. We're toasting. She goes out the back into the cellar, goes all the way to the police station, and confesses to the detective. She says, is this recording? It was me. I did it. I killed Keanu Taylor. And that is the duff for episode 3. That is how it ends. And that's how it shakes up. Now, I guess this will be a bit longer, so now I have to talk about the ramifications. What does this mean? Well, I will say the response, because she was found on the floor of the Vic, there's a chance that she was lying in the vodka. And judging her appearance, you know, there's something to suggest that maybe this confession isn't entirely kosher, because they may judge she is an alcoholic, she may be struggling, she may be on the booze. I think there's a high chance that this confession is not trusted or believed. What do you reckon? Is that viable?
I reckon the same, but she probably will go down for it, I'd assume. Not for very long, because Linda's one of the top players, unless she leaves, which then begs in the question what happens from there. But I think Linda will be believed. Dean will be let off the case, but then he'll be convicted again because he dug his fingers too deep in the pie. But yeah, where to go from here, I don't know, but it will be interesting to see. At the same time, I just think this was a great duff because it's like, oh, I confessed to the murder. Woo! And scene. I might be in the minority, but that's what I think.
I don't know, because I find it hard to believe that. I find it hard to believe that Linda's going to go down. She has become pretty much one of the main characters over the last 2 years of the show. I think there's too much. Like I said, as much as everybody's saying, oh, I don't think anybody will leave, I do think somebody may end up leaving in some way, but I don't think it'll be for a particularly long set time. You know, the 6 are all characters you are building for years and years, and they are at the forefront of the show. So, but I do, at this point, I do genuinely believe that this confession may not be accepted. And if not, maybe they just decide they don't need this confession anyways, because Dean has been caught bang to right. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't really know how, but it is big because this suddenly tangles all of the 6 in the shit, because that means all of them have covered up a murder. It implicates everybody involved, and you know, shit's gonna fly now. As much as they were protecting each other wholeheartedly at this time, shit's gonna go down. You've ruined the plan. You have selfishly, in a way, completely thrown everybody else in the shit. And Linda might be suspect number 1 coming up to this Christmas, where she's jeopardizing a lot of people's future. And it'll be interesting to see. Now, yeah, sure, her conscience may be clean, but has she just opened Pandora's box? That's generally how this is. How will it play out? That's the interesting part. But But yeah, obviously we'll see how this pans out. We'll likely cover tomorrow's episode on Walford on Tap as well, because this one was a pretty big deal. Tuesday was a good episode, and it had a good cliffhanger, but weren't feeling like covering it. But yeah, that's been Walford on Tap for the 4th of September edition. Thank you for watching. Make sure to join us for the next one. See you then. Bye-bye.